I think cataracts, once you reach a certain age, just kind of grow and you're not really aware of the effect that it's having unless you have an alert ophthalmologist, which I did. And the ophthalmologist, Dr. Knuth, told me that eventually you're going to have it done. And finally, after my last eye test back last winter, they said not only you need the operation, but please don't drive at night anymore. And I do a lot of charity work, which involves being out at night on sometimes, and so it's been a real handicap. So I'm so glad to be rid of them. I should not have been driving at night. That's mainly it. And I noticed definitely, like, making turns at night on a wet street was disastrous. And quite frankly, the last time I drove at night before the operation, I was by myself, thank God. I came very close to having several accidents. And so I have never driven at night since then, up until last week, and I finally are now driving at night again, which is, you know, I'm not a night owl, I don't mean it that way, but it's definitely limits your nighttime activities. I've been with, well, perhaps a predecessor firm with an old friend of mine from my college days, like 25 or 30 years ago. He's since retired, and then I've had Dr. Knuth the last, I guess, 3 or 4 years. And so it's more or less staying with the same firm, even though I've changed ophthalmologist. And then, of course, Dr. Knuth recommended me to Dr. Whitson, and then he performed my surgeries. Quite frankly, I've been wearing glasses since I was 11 or 12 years old. And I guess it came part of my personality, but I realized what a pain in the neck they really are, particularly if you're out in the rain or something else. And when they offered me the chance and said, you know, you'll have virtually 20/20 vision for really a modest price as far as I'm concerned, considering what the value I've gotten out of it, it was an easy decision to make. And I'm pleased to death that I did it. I'm retired. I have been for a long time, and two of my favorite occupations or hobbies are reading and playing bridge and doing crossword puzzles. And it's nice not to have to worry about glasses doing this. I can also watch television and read scores at the bottom of the screen, which I couldn't even do with glasses before. So it definitely made my life, well, at my age, you know, I'm not exactly an active sportsman, but it's just made my life just a lot simpler. Not having to always remember where those glasses or leaving them someplace or something else. It's just one less thing to worry about. I would definitely recommend Whitson. As a matter of fact, a good friend of mine, I gave him Dr. Whitson's name, and I've not talked to him for maybe a month or two, but he was very interested, particularly when I told him my experience. So I would definitely recommend Dr. Whitson, absolutely. Folks, it's so easy. It's 15 or 20-minute operation for each eye. There's no discomfort other than having to put drops in your eyes for 4 or 5 weeks, but that's no major deal. Don't worry about it. Don't think it's a major effort. It isn't, and it's going to make your life a lot, as far as I'm concerned, a lot less complicated. So I would recommend people at any age, and I'm 76, and I'm pleased as punch that I did it.